Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I make quality content that I normally ask for. Today's video is a little bit different because obviously, look at me. I am barefaced, no makeup, like freaky. My face is just naked to the world, so this is what I look like without makeup, if you always wonder. But since my face is bare with no makeup, that means we actually have a makeup related video today, which is kind of exciting for me because even though I mostly do collecting and I am introducing cosplay content here on this channel, a lot of people in my day-to-day life, like my real life friends and stuff, they want more makeup content both on my YouTube and my Instagram. So I thought for them this would be a great time to dive myself into a little bit more makeup on this channel and across my social medias. And since it's Halloween season, because it's spooky season, my favorite time of the year, I thought putting these types of video would be very fitting and on theme for spooky season. So yeah, I'll be recreating a makeup look I did in my theater makeup class, and I also posted on my Instagram, and you guys thought this was a really cool look, so I thought why not bring it over here on YouTube and see if I can recreate it and remember how I did it and see if it comes out better this time or was it better the first time. So I'll show you a picture of the look here. But yeah, I have my little reference on my little tablet here. I think it's a really cool makeup look, and I want to see if I do it again, how improved it will be. So let's just dive right into the video. If you're doing your makeup or you're doing your nails or something, you should grab it because I think it's fun that I can chat and chit chat with y'all while I do my makeup and while you can do your makeup or something too. So yeah, let's just dive right into the video. So let's go into this little makeup tutorial. Get ready with me. I don't know. Be a very interesting get ready with me though, but yeah. Okay, so since this could be more of a face paint type makeup look, because obviously I'm gonna be a green snake, I always use the Mayron Paradise paint, and this is in the shade light green. I also use this when I do Beast Boy. It's like my favorite green to use. And a little thing that I do before I put my face paint on is how I get it nice and smooth is I put some moisturizer underneath. It's very important to put moisturizer underneath your makeup, especially for face paint. So I use the snail slime that goes viral on TikTok. It's great. It works for my sensitive skin. And I also use a little bit of foundation, not a full face of foundation, but a little something on my skin. So I always use my normal go-to, which is the L'Oreal Infallible 32 Hour. And I use like a little bit amount. I don't use like how much I use for a full face. And I just blend that quickly into my skin, and I like using a makeup brush. Alrighty, now that I have like my face all ready for the face paint, I said your makeup, your like foundation doesn't have to be perfectly blended or anything, it just gotta be on your face. And then I just grab my paint, and make sure you use face paint. My goodness, I heard so many times people use non-cosmetic products on their face. Please don't do that. But anyways, and then I just spray a little bit of water, mix it in, and I like to use a flat makeup brush, very dense, and I kind of just stipple that on. I'll pull this onto my ears, but since I have a little earbud in my ears, so I won't like be sitting here in quiet talking to myself, and I'm gonna paint my ears. But yeah, I just stipple that on and do as many layers as I can. So if I keep looking over here, I have another camera that's set up for my Instagram. So okay, usually I use this camera for everything, but I don't want to recreate all this look again for my Instagram reel, so I have another camera right here. But anyways, you know, with this shade of green, it's kind of giving like green screen, you know. I wonder if like if I edit this right in the future and I can put like something over my face, because this is literally the same color as the green screen. So but anyways, we're green now, and I had to go off camera to powder on my face because I powder in my bathroom because I don't want to powder here because I have all my collectibles here, and if I powder everywhere, get powder everywhere, I'll cry. But anyways, we got our main face down, and so now I'm going to do the fun part, which is all the detailing work. So when I was in this stage makeup class, we had to make these little face renderings in color with a color pencil. So this is the look that I originally designed when I was in class, and I think it's really cool. So I'm gonna do the scales first. And yeah, isn't this like artwork on its own? Like so cool. And for the outlining of the scales, I actually gonna use a black face paint. So, and a little thin detail brush if I can find it. Okay, kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. When I first made this video, I thought it'd be easy to like, okay, I'm just gonna chit chat and do my makeup. But I'm also like that person who would tell you like how to do it. But anyway, so I'm gonna get like black face paint. I'm gonna turn on this other camera over here. I'm gonna get my black face paint and a little thin brush like this. And then I'm gonna go for my very first, in the center right here. And I'm gonna do a line. And these don't have to be like perfectly straight or even. And I draw a little shape like this. It's like a little pentagon, you know? Like in a shape of a scale in a way. And you kind of just like draw that on. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be smooth lines. I think when it's not smooth lines, it's a little bit more uneven. It looks a little bit better. And then you're just gonna keep doing that all over your face. I do scales all the time for cosplay, not on my actual face, but if you know like any Choco or Popcorn lore, you know that I do a lot of scales and polka dots. Ooh, that's a little, it's fine. And again, these don't have to be perfect. When they're not perfect, I feel like they look better. And you can always clean them up. But since we're going to do some shading and coloring in the scales, they don't have to be perfect right now. And then you can make them different shapes, different sizes. I just do whatever I feel like. I just kind of just sketch them on. And but I will make them smaller as I get down to my nose. So, yes. So, what inspired this look in my makeup class was we had a theme of animal makeup. And so, I'm that person who wants to be different from everybody else, you know? Most people did like felines, like a lot of people did like lions and tigers, or like they did their dogs. But I want to be different. Like I want to be no reptile. I want to be a snake, you know? So, well, everybody was like neutral colors. Here's me, a bright green. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet right now so I can finish all these scales so you won't sit here for an hour hearing me talk. So I'm just gonna quickly fast forward this and then I'll come back and talk if you guys care about that. Right here, when I get to my eyebrows, since you know snakes generally don't have eyebrows, I kind of just go over my eyebrows with the scales. You know, like you still gonna see a little bit of my eyebrow hairs because your girl has thick eyebrows, but I'd rather have that than block them out because blocking out eyebrows, no cerebral for me. And it's gonna continue going down my face. Listen, the scales will go, it's like almost like how you do your bronzer, like you go on your forehead and then you go on your cheeks right here. So that's what I do with my scales, and then I like will put them down my neck. So that is what I am doing. Admit, these cheek ones are not looking that great. But you know what? It's okay because makeup is makeup, and if you don't like it, you can always take it off in the end. But yeah, here's the look so far. Looking kind of crazy, but you know what? We're painting ourselves a green snake. It's gonna look crazy. Before I move on to the neck ones, I want to see my little mouth out here. So, can't believe I own a Stanley tumbler, but here we are. So I'm gonna put some green face paint over my lips. Grab my brush. And I'm kind of going to do like where my cheek is. Do a shape like that, just like that, kind of like the Joker grin sort of thing, and I just like perfect that line. Over brow. Anyways, since I'm gonna start doing stuff on my neck, I'm not gonna talk either because I can't talk and do stuff on my neck. Okay, that is crooked because I'm at an angle, but you know what? It's okay. This is not the best makeup look I've ever done in my life, but is it the worst one? No. Yeah, it's like kind of crooked, RP. It's like I'm not facing straight for my mirror. Unless it's a light angle. This black face paint is bleeding all over my neck. Ugh. I'm gonna do some shading to cover up all our mistakes, but oh my gosh. Ain't looking. See, look, it's like slightly crooked. You're going to take a shower and take this off immediately after this video anyways, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, I kind of want the scales on my neck to be a little bit bigger. Because why not? Right? We can do whatever we want. This is our face. Now with at least outlining all the scales, and oh my goodness, that took so long. But anyways, so now that we look closer to a Batman villain, it's time to do all the fun part, which is the shading and the eyeshadow. So one thing that I need to get better at, maybe next year if I do more makeup looks, is I need to get some new makeup, because I still use the James Charles palette from Morphe, and I know James Charles is like a crusty person, but this palette is so good and I kind of miss it, but I also don't because I don't support James Charles. But when this came out, I was obsessed with this palette because it's like it was advertised as like the artistry palette, and at the time I didn't have a lot of makeup, so this was like my lifeline for cosplay, and I love it. You know, I still like it till now. I just wish it wasn't by James Charles, you know, or Morphe, because Morphe is also kind of shady. You know, especially when they like lay off their employees all of a sudden. Like, you know, like the Morphe drama? Oh my goodness. But anyways, so I'm taking like the green in that palette. Oh no, I got it on this camera. I'm not used to having multiple cameras go at once. I feel like I'm a movie star. Anyways, I'm taking that light green in that palette, and I'm just gonna use that as my blending shade. We started doing the eyes first. And this is when I got a little nervous in my makeup class, because again, she's like, I don't want any characterization. I want to look like as realistic as possible. Like, ma'am, you're asking us humans to do makeup, to make it look like a realistic animal? Like, no way, Jose. I'm gonna do some artistic touches, you know, because that's just how it's gonna be, you know? Again, like, I like my professor. She was great. I liked that class. It was great, but there was some butting heads for sure. And again, I'm just putting that in my crease, like all over. And again, this doesn't have to be like greatly placed. I'm just kind of just like blending that. And then I'm taking the darker green in that palette, bring it down lower, like very blown out. And I'm kind of going like this shape. I'm not going all the way to my tear duct. I'm going like a little bit more down. But yeah, so I really gotta get some new makeup. But makeup's expensive, and I'm like a broke college student. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if the makeup's not expired and it's good makeup, why buy new ones? But I should work on that. And then we got like the green on. I'm going to take the black in that palette and then stack it, like pat it on. Like really load that. And like stack it. You're literally doing like a dark green smoky eye. And I remember doing this in my makeup class. I'm like, why do I look like a goth snake? Why do I look like a goth snake? Like, why do I look like I'm a snake going to like a ghost concert? And again, just packing that on my eyelids. And then blending it into that green. And again, every step closer, we're becoming a Batman villain. Like, do I look like I'm gonna fight Batman? Especially you watch, like, read the comic Beast World, where everybody literally became furries. So, and I have nothing against furries. I know a lot of nice furries, but I just like look like a Batman villain. Virgin vibe, you know. But again, I'm going to put like, I wasn't planning on becoming a goth snake when I first designed this, but it just happened. It doesn't help that I have really dark eyes too. And I'm gonna start doing some shading underneath the mouth. So I'm taking that dark green in that palette, and I'm just doing that too. Underneath there. Just like underneath the line. And like packing it on, blending it out. Cause I think that helps a lot. A little bit of shading. No, throwing a little shade always helps. Goth snake. Never a makeup or aesthetic that I would thrive for, but here we are. And this is like a Sunday morning. Sometimes I think I'm a boring person, and then I do this on like a Sunday. It's like casually, like, girl, you ain't boring. I'm kind of like dragging that down, you know. Goth snake. That's what we should call this look, the goth snake. I'm taking a little bit of the black, not a lot, but a little bit, because black can be very overpowering and stuff. Again, go into that deep, like where we had that little, when it becomes like a little grin. And one thing I forgot to do is my nostrils here. So I'm taking my black face paint again. Get some little water there because water activated. And I'm gonna literally get my nostrils and make a little triangle. So I look like I have a little bit more of that shape. And this helps a lot. Okay, now that I got new nostrils, we look a little bit more like a snake now. Let me look at my rendering. So yeah, I'm gonna bring back that shadow brush and then like do more of a shape here. I don't know why, I got this is where my rendering is. Let me look at my reference photo. Yeah, I do that here too. And a little bit of shading on top of the nostrils. Shading always helps. But anyways, that we got going so far. Now I'm gonna start shading all the scales, kind of like we did here. I'm gonna start with that green, darker green in the James Charles palette. Voila, can't believe like this palette. But anyways, and then I'm gonna like go on the top of each scale and like this brush that on to like every single scale, but it doesn't take that long. Alright, now that we're done all the green shading, you see how much shading and adding color helps with this look? I'm taking the black and it's going to do the exact same thing too on each scale. But before I fast forward, there's another girl in my makeup class who also did a snake look. A little, I'm gonna add it here. See, like it's adding a little bit of black for dimension. But she also did a green snake. But since mine is much more like body paint and like drawing, hers was more 3D. But she was struggling with hers, and I felt so bad because she keeps telling the teacher, you know, she's like, look at Tiffany's, hers is so good. And like, I try to encourage this girl, like, we have different skill levels and our designs are different. Like, you know, we're both snakes, you know, we're not the same. So just because mine came out differently and you think it's better than yours, hers was still good too. So remember, we all are in different levels of makeup skills. As I said, I've been doing makeup for like a long time on myself because it just, when I was growing up, that was just like the thing. Everybody watched like 2016 Beauty, and then we just learned crazy stuff. But yeah, I just want to say that is, you know, we all in different levels when it comes to our talents. We all have different stuff, but as long as we practice, we will get to the area of skill that we want to eventually. It just takes practice and time. I said shading helps a lot when you have when you do like body paint looks, because I feel like if you don't do anything like this, it will look very flat. I feel like when you add layers like this, it looks so much better, right? So again, and I learned that from practice and watching lots of YouTube videos. Again, you want me to do more makeup looks, I totally can. Alrighty, now that we finished with all the body paint or the face paint, we got the scales shaded, we got our eyes and everything. I think we look super cool. Again, you see the difference, don't mind this. And let me just like blend that out a little. But do you see how much shading made a difference? Like, I think the look looks so much better now. And again, since that, here, a closer look at that. So to help get this more of a snake goth look, I also did eyeliner for this look because I feel like I needed it. So I'm just going to do a quick wing, and I like using the NYX Epic Link eyeliner. You know, it's a little bit like expensive because I used a Wet n Wild like breakup proof, and it's like $5, but they didn't have it when I went to the store, so I had to buy this $9 one. But it's good. I recommend. And even though this is like a like smoke out look, you can't really see the black liner. I just feel like it just helps a little, you know. That's okay, you know. And then again, you don't have to do the eyeliner, but again, it helps us with that goth snake look that did unexpectedly turn out like when I first did it, you know. Okay. Which it's very fitting for my next upload, because I keep thinking of goth, because my next video I'm gonna film is my goth girl makeup that I did in my theater makeup class. That I think would be really fun to recreate. So that'll be my next video, so come back for that. And it's adding a little bit of mascara so I can just like blacken them. Not really for length, even though I have long lashes. It's just they're a little bit green and I want them black, so. After that, I think we're done with this makeup look. Let me look at my reference. So here's my first time doing it. Here's the second time. I think it looks pretty much the same. I feel like this one looks a little bit better because I did a little bit more darker shading. And here is compared to the rendering. I think it slays. So what I'm gonna do is like comb my hair, sleek it back, and then I'm gonna paint my ears because again I had my earbud in, and then we can just do our final thoughts and the reveal. So let's do to the reveal portion, and then we can talk about our look, and then we can end this video. Well, let's go fight Batman now, because every time I'm in this makeup, I feel like I'm a Batman villain, you know? Like, I'm just trolling the streets of Gotham City. It does not help that I put on this sparkly blazer, because I feel like it matched well with this look. Like, I literally look, I belong in a Batman movie. James Gunn, hire me. But anyways, so this is the look, this is the finished look, and I'm very happy how it came out. I was getting a little nervous there when I was doing the scaling work. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is coming out terrible. It doesn't look as good as the first time I did it, but after I did the shading, as I mentioned, shading helps a lot. I feel like it came together, and I think we look really cool. So this is the snake look I did in my makeup class that I posted on my Instagram, and now you guys have this video to go along with it. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like more makeup videos, because I can do, I'm obviously planning on doing like the characters like cosplay makeup tutorials, but I just want more fun type of makeup. I can definitely do more of this on this channel, so just let me know down below. But yeah, I did have fun today. So yeah, here's the snake look. I'm a snake. And until then, that's all for today's video. My next one should be very similar to this, because we'll be creating another makeup look from my class. And until then, that's all for today's video. I hope you didn't find it boring or cringy, and I catch you in my next one. Until then, goodbye. And I was not successful in defeating Batman, so I guess it's time to take a shower, because that's the only way I can take off this makeup, and I'm gonna be green for the rest of my life. But yeah, I guess it's really staying green, so just a moment in my life. But yeah, so I had time to hit the shower. You know, I'm still gonna be green. RP to me.